Good morning, everyone. Hello. This is Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue here for today's Cricut Chat show. It's Thursday, April 8th, and we are working on a flower today. Actually, a daffodil, a very sunny daffodil that we're going to be making. And I cannot wait to show you all of this, how to put these together and what I use for a stem kit. Although it's difficult to find these stem kits, I will show you what I have been using. So here I've made these actually in two different kinds of paper. So this is just regular cardstock, and this is something called pearl paper. Pearl paper is something that Cricut came out with, I don't know, several years ago. It has to be at least 3 or 4 years ago. And it used to come in all different colors. I think maybe now you can still buy it in this sampler on the Cricut site, but it used to come in tons of colors. It doesn't anymore, maybe on somebody else's site, but it's really nice paper. It's kind of text weight, and it's got a really pearlescent color to it. This is the pastel sampler, pearl paper sampler pastel, and this one has 15 sheets of 3 colors, 5 colors, 3 of each color: peach, kiwi, moss, lilac, and cream. And I think I've used a couple of those. I definitely used the cream color to make these adorable daffodils. And then so I ran out of this creamy color for the daffodils, so I decided to just use cardstock, and this is the result of the cardstock. So if you have been purchasing, hi Susan, if you've been purchasing from Cricut for a while, you might have some of this in your stash. If not, you could just use cardstock. It does work with just cardstock, but I thought I would try it with that pearl paper. I'm also going to be using this. It's a flower stem kit. It's by We Are Memory Keepers. This is old. I've had these. I actually bought out the Hobby Lobby that one time that I went to Hobby Lobby in New Hampshire. I bought them out of the stem kits. It's really a great kit. Unfortunately, they have them at they do not have them at Amazon. I've seen them at Walmart, but limited stock. I've also seen them on eBay. So you could find them out there somewhere, I'm sure, but I don't think that you can just find them at Amazon. And I think they discontinued them at Hobby Lobby as well. So this is a flower stem kit, and you get with it clearly the stems, but you also get these 3-piece mechanism that allows you to put a stem or put a flower on a stem. I'm going to show you how that goes together. And let's see, what else am I using today? I'm using glue gun. So if you want to make this, I would recommend a glue gun. I don't necessarily recommend any particular glue gun, but this one here does the trick. Let's see. Before we get started, I just want to say hello to everybody. Good morning. You're on the hunt for them. Yeah, check eBay, check Walmart, check Amazon, but I did not find it in Amazon. They're really good, because look at, there's actually you see these 2 pieces, and then there's an inside piece. It's a bit like a screw, and it works out really great. Hi, Lori. Lori, I got your email. I haven't responded. I apologize. So I got to tell you something before we get started on this. So yesterday, somebody was listening to one of my videos and said that I used the space filler a lot, and it's gotten me now thinking everything about what I'm talking. Like, so I am trying to avoid saying and now I'm like getting obsessed with it. So if I do say that a lot and you guys have just gotten used to me talking and saying that, please let me know, because now I'm super self-conscious about it. And I think maybe I am too wordy and use a lot and talk too much. Maybe I do. I don't know. So, okay, Lori. I don't know. It's hard. I was talking to Owen about it. And I said, it's hard to be the only person talking for a full hour every single day. And I don't want to change what I'm doing, but I also want to listen to criticism and try to improve. And so there's that. Anyway, you guys, thank you. I appreciate it. It's just, when somebody just tells you something and you're like, I do? You don't, just like when you guys would say, you'll do better. And I was like, what do you mean? And I just didn't know that I said that all the time. It's just a colloquialism or something. So anyway, if you're okay with it, I'm just going to keep talking the way I normally talk. And I think there's this guy on MSNBC, I think, or CNN, and he has this very warbly voice, and I just can't cotton to it. I every time he comes on, I think, oh man, it's like he's got marbles in his mouth, and I can't listen to him, and he's super smart, and I am like, I can't listen to this guy, but I can listen to other people that have very unique voice inflections and things like that too. So I'm thinking maybe it's something like that. Anyway, you had not noticed. All right. Okay. So I'm glad to hear it, guys. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Emmy. Yeah, it just, you get sort of there. I mean, I'm pretty confident person, but when sometimes you get somebody giving you some feedback, and it's not always written in if one of you gave it to me, then I would be like, okay, then I need to change it because I know you. But here's this person that came in and just said, basically, I said, so much. It was like a drinking game, and they would have been drunk by the end of the instruction. So that kind of hurt. So anyway, I'm just putting it out there because I believe that I shouldn't internalize it. Okay. All right. So let's talk about flowers. There is a wonderful set of flowers, actually a couple of wonderful sets of flowers in Cricut Design Space. So if you're already a Cricut Access customer, you have access, or a subscriber, you have access to a number of really beautiful flowers, and I want to show you how to do them. And I came back to this because I was out looking for oversized flowers made of paper, and I did find one that is a dahlia. And this very lovely woman who had this extremely great and free dahlia presentation. I went looking for how to make a 3D oversized giant, whatever, dahlia. And I found a whole bunch of people offering tutorials, but this one looked most authentic to me. And then I started thinking, I just need to think about spring flowers too. And so I thought I'd come back to these daffodils. These daffodils are in Cricut Design Space, and here they are. It's under 3D Floral Home Decor. And let me just go back to if you type in daffodil, I'm not sure that you'll find it, but I want to check. Yeah, it's right there. So if you don't find it under image sets, there is the daffodil and it's 3D. Okay, so to find it again, we'll go to image sets, and under image sets, you can type in 3D. And by going to 3D, you can see this is the image set. It's called 3D Floral Home Decor. Okay. While we're here, I want to point out that there are a number of other 3D image sets, and we can go ahead and do some of these going forward. This one here is pretty new. It's called Elegant Flowers, and it features a really pretty water lily. It also has a daffodil, but I'm doing the daffodil from this 3D floral home decor, which I believe, but I'm not 100% positive. I believe that this was designed by Leah Griffith, but I might be wrong. I have done this peony or peony. It's beautiful, but it's a little confusing. So we'll do that coming up. And the daffodils are cute. Let's see, what else have I done? I've done this pansy. This is the Gerber Daisy. It's awesome, and we'll do that as well. And there are a number of other things, including some nice winter-themed items here, and some really unique looking flowers. Like this is a gladiolus, and this is a bleeding heart. What's this one? Snapdragon iris. I don't even know what that is, but there's a lot of flowers here to do. Here's one of my favorites, an iris. And look at this marigold. Just so fun. It's actually made with one long strip of paper that's cut and just folded in a unique way. So this is a nice image set for you to get to know. There's Morning Glories. This is their version of a chrysanthemum. And what's this one? Black-eyed? No, it's called Helenium. Helenium. I have not done...
Mira, yo compré la pieza y la dejé ahí en la camioneta y la llave está ahí. ¿Tú no puedes venir? ¿Sabes? No puede hacer, mi hijo, yo no puedo perder tiempo ahí. Ahí se coloca una hora y pico por taller, entonces voy a dejar el botado. Si yo tuviera nada que hacer, pero si yo cojo para allá, me paro allá a trabajar, ya pierdo mi tiempo ahí, entonces el taller me viene a buscar aquí. Ve ayer cuando yo fui a socorrerte a ti, vino un tipo a cambiar una volanta y no se fue, que venía hoy, pero ya sí se fue, cuando viene hoy no viene, quién sabe cuándo vuelve. Pero es que yo tengo que estar ahí para cuando venga la grúa, entonces yo tengo que irme para Boston. Aunque tú me cobres algo más, a ver si tú puedes coger un taxi y venir aquí. Bueno, si es una taxi, yo voy a checar aquí a la taxi.
Right here, and when you bring it in, I already have a bunch here, but when you bring it in, it comes in super small. So what I would suggest is you make it bigger. It's so small. And here's the thing about this cartridge or image set is that it comes in sort of weird. It makes it a little hard to size it appropriately. So what I would do is ungroup it and sort of pile these things on top of one another. Now, it consists of basically, there's the trumpet part, and here are the two flower petals. So here are the petals. There's two of them. There's the trumpet, and there's the stamen inside. The greenery, the leaves, I have never done. Wait, no, I can't say that. I have done them before, but it was hard to put on this stem kit, I think, and that's why I stopped doing it. So once you sort of ungroup them and regroup them, you can then make them bigger. Now, what size is this? I just want to see what size the one is that I have. But ungrouping them is a must. See. So this piece here is about 6 inches wide. And what is this one? So yeah, group it like this and aim for about 6 inches in width, okay? So that should come up. Now, it comes up where we're going to move those leaves out of the way, that the stamen is the same color as these 3 pieces. But honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what a real daffodil looks like on the inside. I haven't ever really paid much attention to that. So, there was somebody on here. What was the Spanish lesson about? Oh, okay. Oh, you guys took care of it. Thank you. I didn't hear it. No, I didn't hear it. Okay. So sorry about that. Well, that's what you get for doing lives on Facebook where it's free. So anyway, so these 3 pieces, I changed the color to white because I thought that was appropriate. Now, I've seen some tulips that are sort of like peachy color on the inside and like yellow here, and some that are white. So play around with the colors to what you remember or what you like. You know, you're not beholden to what they actually come up. And if you want to make daffodils that are purple, then go right ahead, make daffodils that are purple. And so let me just show you how to put these together. Really super simple. Is there anything I need to tell you about cutting these out? I would cut this piece, the stamen part piece, on intricate cut setting that we talked about yesterday. And I also wanted to mention that this is a perfect project for the joy, because you can make it so that it's small enough to cut on a Cricut Joy, and it's all these 3 pieces. There's no scoring, no anything, so you can go ahead and make those on the Joy, and it would look really cool. Yeah, crepe paper tulips. I've been searching flowers and all kinds of flowers. So we'll keep coming back to flowers as well. So let me show you how these go together. I don't think I need to show you how to cut them out, but so here's what I did. I cut them in this pearl paper and I cut them in cardstock. This is pearl paper, so let me show you. It's like text weight. If I were to guess a weight, I'd say it's about maybe 40 pounds, maybe not quite 60-pound paper. So it's very nice, and it is shiny like this. If you can't find the pearl paper on Cricut, you might find them in the stores and also probably on Amazon. I'll look at Amazon. I was so concerned about getting that stem kit that I didn't look for this paper. So this is called text weight paper. It's pearlized. This actually was developed with Leah Griffith's flowers in mind, because I remember having a conversation with her about that. But if you cannot find this paper, or you don't wish to, go through the ends of the earth to find this paper, you can also use cardstock. Cardstock is, this is a, 80-pound weight. Let me just check. Maybe it's 80-pound weight, regular cardstock that I got at Michael's, but I would not use anything thicker than this. It makes it a little bit harder to put this together. So what we're going to do is first put together this piece, the petal piece, and then we'll put together the trumpet. So let me show you in both of the papers, okay? I like to, especially with the cardstock, is to kind of coax the petals a little bit, just to give them some shape. If you don't do that, the paper can tend to look very papery, and then, from afar, they won't look as real as they could be. So I use this thing, or sometimes I use the smaller scraper to just kind of give it some lift. Other people have used things like pencils like this. What else have they used? They have used things like this is a bone folder. You can just do it like this, but just to kind of give it some dimension, you know. And you're going to do that for both of these pieces. And I will tell you that these pieces can be put together using regular glue, but when you go to assemble the flower, you really are going to want to do the glue gun, okay? So even though I'm not a huge glue gun fan, I am going to assemble it using the glue gun. So these two pieces, they're exactly the same. And when we put them together, we're going to overlay them so that the petals look like the daffodil. So you'll notice on this piece, there's a half circle here. That is for the tab. All of these flowers have that. And we're going to put a little bit of glue on that tab. Now, this is something I've debated, but I have put the tab on the bottom here. But then I started thinking, well, on the inside of the flower, you can't really see that little join there. And maybe, I don't know. It's up to you what you want to do. On here, I put it on the back. So I guess my inclination is to put it on the back there. But you could also put it in the front. And let's see, we're going to do the same thing here. And you'll notice when we do this, so you just sort of, it does make it 3D just by doing that. But you'll notice it has a circle in the middle. And that's where I got the idea to use those stems. Okay, so here are our two petals. So cute. These go together really quickly. And then let's talk about this trumpet. Really cute, but you do need to give it some movement, and that's how I do, or some lift, whatever way you want to call it, dimension. And here is the tab that you're going to use to attach them to each other like this. Attach each side to each other like that. And this little piece sort of nestles behind that one piece, okay? So a little bit of glue on there. And you'll notice that there are tabs on the bottom as well, but we're not going to be worried about that just yet. Okay? See, those are the two tabs. We're going to talk about that in a second. So we have our trumpet. And we also have this, the what do you call this? Sepal? No. Stamen. I'm sorry. Stamen. Okay. So it's meant to be rolled, and you'll see that there are little spaces on either side. So when you roll this, you can use either a pencil or use your little scraper or whatever you want to do. Try to go easy on this because it will rip. And then we're just going to roll it like this. Before you glue it, make sure that all of these appear not like lined up. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did here. I think I made them too lined up. So, sorry, the door is open and it's a beautiful spring day, so Teddy Bear is growling at everything he sees, and probably squirrels or something out there. Okay, so we're going to just put a dib-dab of glue there. And again, this part and these parts could have been done with liquid glue, but I want to show you how to put them together. I really think you do need the hot glue for this. So here is something that I've debated. I could just layer these like this, but I've felt like it needs to be glued. So I do put that little bit of glue sort of a quarter of the way up on that top one, and then matching up the circles so that I get that shape and it doesn't move. Although you might want to leave it unglued. That's up to you. But I just feel like not moving is probably the better option. Okay, so on the crown, or the coronet, I think it's called, you can do two things. You can tuck in these two tabs and glue them like this. It will require that you sort of make sure you're getting it over so that you still have that circle open, because it kind of covers some of that circle. Now, if you're not going to use the stem kit, that may not matter to you, but I am going to use the stem kit. So what I'm going to do is put them out like this and glue them this way so that I can use the stem kit on the inside. So just know that you have two ways that you can do this, okay? So there's our little dab of glue on either side. Again, either outside or in, and then we're going to just put it over that hole that we've created in the middle. Okay? Hold it until it sets, and that's basically your flower. Now we just have to do the stamen, and I'm going to show you how to put it on the stem. I'll do the stamen later because I want to show you how it goes together with this text weight. So there is our coronet. I think it's I don't know. I love flowers, but I don't remember all the names of them. Okay, so here is done with the pearl paper. You don't need to do as much with the pearl paper because it's thinner. So just a little bit of lift in those pieces. I just want to show you how it goes together. I don't know if I have a favorite. I kind of like this pearl paper, but I like the plain yellow as well. So we're going to put that glue right there on that tab. Right? Watch your fingers. It's hot. Okay. And then here's another. So there's the tab. You could make dozens of these. So if you had some sort of event and somebody was loving daffodils, or it was a spring event, or I don't know, you could make dozens of these, and they look good. I've done them in a dozen at a time in a vase. They look beautiful all together. So plan on making a lot of them, and it's a good idea because they are so beautiful. And then you can give them away to people too. I used to give them away when people would come over the house and make a remark on them. Oh, those are lovely. And I would say, here, take one, take a stem. And they loved it. So, and daffodils look better as a group, I think. Okay. So here we go, putting those two petal pieces together, and then here is our coronet. I think it's a coronet. Not looking at the trumpet. Let's call it the trumpet. Okay, so here we go. Just hold it till it sets, and you can still see that circle. Now, if you wanted to use this on like a centerpiece, you could certainly do that, and that would look really nice. And there's actually a beautiful centerpiece that 3D SVG did a couple years ago. So you could probably do something similar, but I'm going to show you how to use this stem kit. So this stem kit comes with the stems. It also comes with some wire and some tape. I'm not going to go over that part because it's just sort of, you know, making a whole stem. But this is the actual flower part. It consists of 3 pieces. There's this one that looks like a lot like a screw with a flat bottom. There's this one, which is the sepal, and then this part that connects to the stem. So this part that is the flat stem is actually going to go on the inside of the flower to connect the flower to the stem. So that's why I will take the rounded piece of or sorry, not the rounded piece, the delicately cut piece of this daffodil, and I'd roll it like this. Maybe I'd roll it better than this. Okay. Here we go. All right. So like this, put a little dab of glue there, just a little tiny bit. And once it's glued, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put some glue on there. I'm going to put a little extra glue on there because it's kind of a flat surface. It's going to be connected, but here you go. There is the inside of the flower. Give it a second to set, and you can play around with it if you want, but try to give it a second to set. All right. I know it doesn't look like much, but it looks really cool when you then, once it's set, you're going to take and push that. You don't even have to push it, just drop it in there. Turn your flower around, sort of hold it with your finger because you do want this to be sort of tight, okay? So you take this sepal and you put it on top here, which gives a lovely finish to the back of the flower. And then you take this bit, which is actually for the screw part of it, and just screw it on. And again, I don't know if you can find these. I know you cannot find them at Amazon. They do have some that come with crepe paper, so you could buy those if you wanted to. And look, I played around with my thing too much so that it came off. So if you have to put it on afterwards, you can. Okay, so let me do that again. Just give it a little bit of glue. And there. Okay. I don't want to touch it because it'll fall out again, but let's turn it over so you can see. Isn't that adorable? Really cute. And then the other thing that comes in here are these stems, which can be cut. I'll tell you my idea with these is that I really like these, and I've actually made these flowers and taken them out every year. And instead of cutting them, I have just folded them like this in different varying lengths to put in my vase, because I figure if something happened to the flower, I want to save these. So, flowers they will last forever if you treat them well, but, eventually, they might get rained on or they might have a problem, whatever. And so you might want to take this whole thing and start over. So definitely if you do that, keep all of the pieces. Don't just throw them out, and keep all the pieces, and then you can have, brand new stems whenever you want them. So let me show you that again. So here's our flower. We're going to take this piece, the piece that looks like a screw, and we're going to glue this here. Now, I think you could come up with a way to do this without this stem kit if you cannot find them. I was thinking, maybe a brad, but I think you could probably get away with making something that was just like this part to put the stamen in. Or you maybe could just glue it in. I don't know. I'm going to try that. But I like this. I hope you can find them. And if you can't find them, we could come up with some other solution. All right, so you turn it over. You put this sort of sepal looking thing on the bottom. And then you take this piece and you screw that in. You may need to sort of finagle to get it real up close to the flower. Yeah, I don't know. Brad, maybe Susan, what do you think? I was thinking, yeah, a Brad might work. That's really tight there. Okay. And this fell off again, so I didn't give it enough time to set. And there you have, I'm going to let it set, but there you have the two different daffodils. This one, obviously, it's a lot more lighter and creamier. This one's very standard looking daffodil. Yeah. Or stem wire. They do make stem wires that are thicker, so you might be able to use that. I'll look and see after the show, see if I can come up with some ideas on how to do it, because I was really disappointed. Really disappointed. Hi, Renee. So that's it, folks. Isn't it easy? It's just three pieces of, really four, the two petal pieces, and then the trumpet part, and then the stamen that go together like this. Now, I like it on the stem, but if you don't want to do the stem, you don't have to do the stem. So you can do whatever you like. I think it would look really nice on, yeah, like a stem wire. Make sure you look for stem wire, because the other stuff is just plain wire, and that won't, I don't think that would look good. So I hope you try this. I will give you my file so you can see the size that I'm creating. And green pipe cleaners, because you could, green pipe cleaners might not be a bad idea, because you could create sort of a flat surface on it, and so you could use the glue gun. So whatever you decide to do, I'm sure will look wonderful. So I hope you will try to make these. These are really fun, and if you do try to make the greenery, do that as well. Remember, I got this from an image set called 3D Floral Home Decor, but I will make sure that I give you this file. There's 4 of them. So if you want to have a dozen, you just need to cut this 3 times. And I'll also show you one other little trick here, is that when you go to cut them, it for some reason, it spreads it out onto 4 sheets. And I didn't have 4 sheets of the paper that I was looking for. So what I did was I just did some finagling and moved things around a little bit so that I could fit some more on here. So I went to the 5th and the 4th mat, and I just did move object and put them on there. And I was able to move all of these pieces onto the 2nd and 3rd mat. So that was super easy. Actually, I ended up having to move these real close to the top, and that gave me room to put those the petal part pieces in there. So there you go. But try moving it around. That's kind of a trick that I've been doing for a long time. And then you're able to fit, let's see, one more. Let's move to here. And remember, when you move it, you might not see it. So definitely look around, because otherwise you'll end up with 2 cuts on the same part of the paper. So this way you can move them all and make them fit in onto 2 pieces. I know you can do this because I did it myself. You just have to fiddle around a little bit with the pieces. Sometimes you have to move them around on your mat. If you're not super conscious of, the paper that you're using, or you have a lot of it, I don't know who is like, oh, who cares? But there you go. If you're not, you don't have to worry about this step. But I always like to conserve my paper. So now I have it down to just one sheet for the stamen, which I am using my scraps for, and then 2 sheets of paper, whatever paper I choose, the pearl or the card stock. Okay. So, and I will tell you that I did try one of this is Leah Griffiths. It kind of came out sort of pathetic, so I have to try to figure out what to do here. Anyway, okay, so that is it for today. This one looks a little better, but it doesn't look like a daffodil. So anyway, I kind of like these ones better. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate you. I appreciate that you guys are sharing. I saw something on a group site this morning, and people are sharing my name, and I appreciate that. I know we'll never be as big as some of the other presenters, but I like our group and I think it's very welcoming, and so I'm so happy and honored when you share the group. So thank you so much for that, and we are going to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's 3D day, and I've been playing around with a couple of ideas, so I'm not sure what I'm going to present. There's so much to present. So we are going to work on something 3D tomorrow, and I will go on the hunt for something like a stem kit from We Are Memory Keepers or something similar that you could use. I think that would be a good idea. Okay, everyone, thanks so much for coming. Remember that we still have a few more days, actually just today and tomorrow, that you can get your name in for the joy. Okay? And that is always going to be on the description, at the bottom of the description of the video. There's a link. You have to follow that link, and you have to do what it says, which is basically you have to follow me on YouTube, and then you put in your name and your email address. Okay, so you definitely need to put that in to be qualified for that giveaway for the joy. Okay, and I think I've been thinking about the way that we're going to give away each joy. I think this doing it with the raffle copter is probably the best way, because it can, at the end, it will give you 3 opportunities, or however many I put in there, like 1 or 2, but 3 opportunities to have your name in there, and then it allows me to pick without having to choose, right? So I hope that you get your name in. So thank you, everybody, for coming today. We will see you. How many joys are up to give away? I am going to give away, and I'm going to do it as a bundle. I'm going to put the bundle together myself. So it's not going to be like the bundle on the Cricut website. It'll be worth $250. So that's the joy, which I think is a new price of like $160. And then I will add $90 worth of product. So I think I'll probably add a little bit of everything. So I'm going to do it for as long as I want to, probably do it once a month. So there'll be this joy, which actually is going to ship from my house. This joy bundle that we're picking on Saturday, that one's going to ship from my house. But then there'll be another one in April, and then at least one May, June, July, August, and September. So what's that make it? 2 May, June, July, August, September. That is 7. We're giving away 7 joys at least. I might get crazy and give away more. I don't know. There's no telling what I'm going to do. So definitely need to keep on top of it, because we're a small group. So your chances are really good to win. All right. And so you're going to need to do something with every giveaway. Okay. So it's not going to be like you put your name in once and you're good for the next 6 months. I'm going to make you work for it. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the stars too. I forgot to mention that. And we will see you again tomorrow with 3D Friday. And I'm going to come up with a project. I think I'll come up with a project from Cricut Design Space because we've been doing a lot of outside designers, but there's plenty of things to find on the Cricut website. All right, everyone. Take care of yourselves. I hope you get some crafting in, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.